The prom. It loomed ahead in the distance, drawing me into the majesty of it all. Chiffon dresses and high heels, nice hair and great jewelry that draws everyone in, especially the girls and the boys that chase after them. Then there are also the special boys like me. I just sat there in my one skirt and my old blouse dreaming of going to the prom as a girl, but the chances of that were between absolute zero and none at all. I sat there for a while, then changed clothes and went to get a soda. I sat on the porch simply daydreaming about the impossible. At the age of 15, I know that boys do not normally wear dresses, but I do, and would wear one every day if it was possible. My friend Mike stopped by and wanted to ride, so I took my bike and joined him. We got down by the park and were walking to the pond when he took my hand. Squeezing my hand, he held on until we reached the shore, then he spun around and kissed me. On the lips. I was shocked and did not move, so he kissed me again. Ever since I saw you wearing that blue dress, I wanted to do that. As a girl, you are smoking hot, and I think you know it. Me? In a dress? Yeah. I saw you 3 days ago through your window. You look really good as a girl. Don't kiss me again. Okay, unless you're wearing a dress. Then I will kiss you as much as I can. Once I was back home and safely in my room, I sat on the bed and went over every minute of our time riding, and of course how those kisses made me feel. I was both scared and eager at the same time. I desperately wanted to dress like a girl, be a girl, yet I could not find a way to make that happen. Then the school decided to have a crossover week. If I dared, I could dress as a girl for an entire week. Since it was on the news, I did not have to tell my parents, and after dinner, Jeffrey, come in here a moment. Once I was seated. I want you to know that I know all about that cheap skirt, dress, and blouse you have, which means that you most likely want to dress like a girl for the entire week, maybe longer, right? Everyone will do it, Mom. Maybe not everyone, but you will, as soon as we get you some proper clothing. A good bra, some hip padding, good breasts, some skirts, and at least one dress that actually fits you, some new panties of course, and pantyhose along with some makeup of your own. Have I missed anything? I shook my head no. Great. Tomorrow morning I'll help you get ready with what we already have, then we'll see about getting everything you need. 8 in the morning. Be washed up by then. That night, in anticipation of my being able to dress like a girl, I took a bath and shaved every bit of skin I could reach, trying to remove any stray hair. My hair was squeaky clean, my skin silky smooth, and I was ready, although I have no idea what Mom had in mind. I only know that I'll probably like it. Mom was very efficient as she rolled my modestly long hair in curlers before she had me slip on the only blouse I had. I did not wear a bra because I did not have one. Then the skirt, which she hiked up my waist so it was real short, and added a belt. Then she told me to wear my tennies as she worked on my face. When she was done, she unrolled my hair and brushed it out, making it look very feminine and way better than I ever could. The first place we went was what I called the boob shop. They fitted me with a pair of gorgeous A-cup breasts that looked absolutely like I grew them myself, plus a padded panty brief that gave me all the right curves. From there we went to the mart where she picked out a bra for me to wear, and I wore it out of the store with a package of panties in my hand. I was so excited that I was shaking. Mom and I went to the thrift store and I tried on and picked out 4 skirts, 3 dresses and 5 blouses plus 3 pairs of shoes. On the way home we picked up some pantyhose and basic makeup. When we go out in the morning, wear the red dress. It looks cute on you. Wear it with the white shoes, and do your makeup. I'll help you with your hair. For dinner, wear the pleated gray skirt with the red blouse. Dad? I asked squeakily. He'll be fine. There is one thing, just between us girls. Is Mike a good kisser? Janet saw you two kissing by the pond. How good is he? I didn't know he was going to do that. Really, I didn't. Yes, but how was it? Okay, I guess. But I didn't kiss him back. He obviously likes you more than a little. Did he say why? He said he saw me in my blue dress and thought I was hot. Just wait until he sees you all fixed up the right way. He will go nuts. That'll be great, Mom. My sarcasm did not faze her, and together we went in the kitchen to make dinner and set the table. My dad took one look at me and stopped, then looked at Mom, who calmly said, "Honey, this is your daughter Emily." Daughter? Until I say otherwise. But what about me? What about you? You will treat her the same as you treat all other women. Tomorrow she and I are going out to get a few things, so why don't we meet for lunch? No. Yes. I'll call. Meet us at Mario's. I did not smile. I did not say anything. I just sat there and let Mom take care of it. She can handle Dad. I sat there all evening in my skirt and blouse, then went to bed. In the morning after I washed up, I started with a new pair of panties and the padded panty brief. Then the pantyhose, which felt just great, and my bra. My new breasts filled the cups and I started to feel the euphoria of femininity flowing over me. I wore the red dress that Mom told me to wear with the white flats. I did not use a lot of makeup, just foundation and powder with some black eyeliner. I added a pair of hoop earrings and went to Mom's room where she showed me how to brush out my hair, handing me a lipstick. I had never worn lipstick before, but I was eager and drew it on my lips easily. That red seemed to open my face and my smile was much more prominent and I loved it. The taste, the look, all of it. Mom gave me a small purse to carry, and we left the house, driving to the school. Going inside, she signed me up for the entire week, including the big dance on Saturday. Then she drove to her salon, taking me inside. Emily has an appointment with Barb. I'll take her. You can stay here or come back later, say in about 3 hours? I'll come back. I have already told Barb what I want done. Once I was seated, Barb covered me with an apron. Your mom says that this is your first time in a salon? First time, I answered. I don't even know why she brought me here or what you're going to do. First, I'm going to give you a soft perm, then dye your hair a bit darker shade of brown before I shape it and trim it. Okay? Great. I knew that if Mom was getting me a perm, that my days as a girl would probably last more than a week, which I was all for, so I simply let Barb do her thing. Then another girl came over and began working on my nails. I just sat back and let it happen. It took 2 hours and a bit more to be finished, but when I looked in the mirror, I did not look like me in any way. They had turned me into a girl. I felt as good as I looked and bounded out of the chair to greet Mom. Look at you. You look just darling. Let's go have some lunch. Your father can finally see the girl I always knew was in there. My father took one look at me and shook his head. I took Emily to the salon this morning and they did a wonderful job on her. Now she will be able to take care of her hair herself and also do her own nails. That's a perm. How long will that last? About 2 months, but we can have it redone if that worries you. But this is our son. He looks like a girl now. Yes, dear, and her name is Emily. She even has a boyfriend. What? Well, summer break starts immediately after the week of crossover, and I just know that Emily would like to spend the entire summer with us. I know that Mike would like it too. Mike? Who is Mike? He lives 2 blocks over, Dad. I've known him all my life. And he thinks you're a girl? No. He knows that I'm a boy like him. He just thinks I'm pretty as a girl. I see. All summer, you said? All summer. Emily is about to get a crash course on what being a girl is all about, including all new chores and new rules. Dad was a bit angry but let it go because he was clearly losing to Mom. I was innocent since I did not promote my cause even once. Mom told me to go find Mike and bring him home, so I left for his house the minute we got home. I just knew what his reaction was going to be, but no kissing. I wasn't going to do that again. He could hold my hand instead. I would allow that. I rang the bell and his mother answered the door. Hi. You must be Emily. Your mother called and said you were on your way over. Let me get Mike. Mike bounded down the stair, took one look at me, and I knew what being an object of desire felt like. He was all smiles as I told him that my mom wanted to talk to him, then his mom said she would join us. I did not think he would hold my hand, but he did, all the way to my house. Once we were all inside. Michael, you know who Emily really is, so while I do not understand your attraction for her, I can see why you are. She is a very pretty girl. She will be here all summer, so I want you to look after her, make sure nobody bothers her, okay? Yes, ma'am. Good. You two can walk to the park now, just be back in an hour. He'll try to kiss her, Janet. And she will let him. Marcy, they are perfect for each other. He cannot have any expectations beyond her capabilities, and she certainly can't get pregnant. Maybe not, but the two of them can figure out what else to do. I'll have a talk with Emily. She'll be a good girl. Mike held my hand all the way to the pond, then pulled me close and kissed me, sticking his tongue down my throat and making me quiver. He is definitely a good kisser. I made him stop and we walked back to my house where I did not let him kiss me again. I went inside. Mom was sitting there. Mike's mom was gone. After Mike went home. He stuck his tongue in your mouth, right? And it made you feel special? I didn't expect that, Mom. He just did it. I'm sure he did. That's what the boys do, honey. Go change into a pair of shorts and a tee. We'll start dinner. I changed and helped Mom make dinner, then I went to my room to cut off a pair of my old jeans, making them into a pair of what I thought were acceptable shorts. My dad was not thrilled to see my boobs covered by a thin tee, but almost choked when he saw how short I had cut those shorts. During my previous forays into dressing up, I had figured out how to create what looked like a kitty of my own using tape, which I had done, so Dad saw that too. Mom did not say a thing, but my dad choked a bit when he saw it. What have you done with your stuff? You look like a girl, Dad. I look like a girl. I can see that. Is this how you see yourself? Sure, Dad, why not? Emily looks just fine. She looks like all the other girls her age. This is our son. No, dear. This is our daughter Emily, and she will be here from now until the end of summer. The next day Mom and I cleaned up, then we cleaned the house from top to bottom. I cleaned up and had changed tees, had put on my skinny jeans when Megan showed up. She lives across the street from Mike. Damn girl. Now I know why Mike is in love. You look spectacular. I never thought a guy could look the way you do, but you look great. I'm on my way to see Janice and maybe hit the mall. Want to come? As unsure as I was, I said sure. I'll ask my mom. Mom said I could go and gave me some money. Megan and I went to get Janice, then we hit the mall. I was beyond thrilled that they asked me because it was my first time in the mall dressed as a girl. But as long as I was with them, I knew I would be safe. Per Mom's suggestion, I bought some more panties and another bra, a beige smooth cup that looks wonderful. Janice was with me when I tried it on, so she saw my boobs but did not say anything. I'm a girl and I'm supposed to have boobs. By the time I got home, I was so excited that I have 2 new friends that I can do things with. Mom had me change into a skirt and blouse, telling me that we are going to see my Aunt Hefty. 400 pounds of ugly with 4 kids, not one of which is smarter than my cat. I do not like that woman or her kids for a variety of reasons, and they all know it, and the feeling is mutual. I knew that the minute they set eyes on me they will be wanting to tear me apart, so I asked Mom if Mike could come along and she said okay. I called and told him why I wanted him there, and he was at my door very quickly. I took his hand as we left for Hefty's house. Mom would not tell me why we were going there. If she had told them about me in advance, nothing. I was clinging to Mike's hand as we walked in. Well, looky here. Little Jeffy in a dress. Boy, you know that this filly you're hanging on to is a boy, right? And she is my friend. What people wear does not change how I feel about them. You, however, have just proven that you're an asshole. Care to try again? You just call me an asshole, boy? I didn't stutter, did I? Yup, you're an asshole. I should whip your... You don't, Mom said softly, want me to turn Michael loose on you, do you? I can if you like, but I just know you don't want Mike to hurt you like that. Michael, please sit over there with Emily. Just then Hefty showed up, waddling into the room with a scowl on her face, almost growling when she saw me. She plopped down in a huge chair, just staring at me. This is Jeffrey in a dress? No, Mom said softly, this is Emily and her very good friend Mike. That's a boy in a dress. Tim was shot and killed today during an armed robbery on Main. What? My Tim? He tried to hold up another party store, but with a real gun this time, and the owner shot him in the chest, twice. The video is very clear and shows it all happening. They called me because you do not have a listed phone and we helped you post his bail the last time he did this. I saw the video. It was very clear. Call the cops, they'll show you the video and tell you where he is at. We'll be going now. Once we got home, Mike and I walked to the pond again, and once again he kissed me, but he also fondled my buns and tried to touch my special place. He wanted me to touch his special place too, but I resisted as long as I could, then I had my hand on him. He was hard as a rock and wanted more, but I jerked my hand away and as firmly as I could I told him no. It was like talking to a brick. He wanted to take me and I did not want to do that. I started home and he followed. The minute I went in the house and saw Mom, I started crying. Through my blubbering I told her what Mike wanted me to do, why I wanted to do it. He thinks you are a girl, you think you are a girl, and while you look, walk, talk, sound, and act like a girl, you are still a boy, and there are things that you cannot do that girls can do. Tomorrow we are going out to get you a party dress so you can be all dolled up for the party, and I promise, the way you'll look, you will drive Michael crazy, honey. It's what we girls do to wind them up. Then we only go as far as we know we should. You know what to do and what not to do, and nothing is what you should do. You are only 14, and 14-year-old girls do not do those things, understand? I guess, but he makes me feel so. Nothing. Am I clear? Yes, ma'am. After a week of the school being cleaned, I started school the first day back, wearing a plaid skirt with a blue blouse. In every way I looked like a girl, but so did some other boys. I had no trouble using the girls' restroom, although a few guys did. But the guys that had the problems all looked like guys in dresses. Some of the other girls told me I looked nice, and I made some new friends. Every day was a new experience as I learned more and more about being a girl. It's not just a skirt or dress and boys. On Thursday, Carol, Megan, and Ellen asked me to go with them to the mall, and once Mom said I could go, we left. That was an experience. We looked at all the outrageous clothes, tried on some clothes, and laughed a lot as I felt as if I was accepted as just another girl. During the week, Mike never once spoke to me, and I saw him talking to another girl and holding her hand. That made me feel like I had been used, but on Thursday a boy named Patrick asked me if he could meet me at the big ball on Saturday. Of course I said yes. I was crushed at what Mike did, but on the other hand another boy wanted to be with me. Mom and I selected a nice party dress, a pale yellow chiffon dress with dark yellow piping, just above knee length with a round neck and short sleeves. Mom let me wear a pair of low beige heels with it, and her good perfume. I never felt more like a girl right then. Mom and Dad drove us to the ball. They stayed with the other chaperones while I wandered around to see people. Megan saw me as squealed, then hugged me before she took me by the hand to find Patrick. He smiled and took my hand, then led me to the dance floor. Merely having his arm around my waist was exciting, and he held me tight. We had a soft drink, then danced some more and eventually found ourselves alone. He hesitantly kissed me, a mere peck on the lips, but it was enough to let me know how he felt. He did not do it again, but he held my hand tightly with a big smile on his face. This was supposed to be my last day dressing as a girl, but I hoped that my summer break could be spent as a girl. I saw that boy kiss you, Emily. What's that all about? Does he know that you're a boy? Probably, but he got caught up in my beauty and could not resist. I don't like that sort of thing. Boys kissing boys? He didn't kiss a boy. He kissed me, and I'm a girl. You are a boy wearing a dress. No, I'm not. Dad. I'm a girl no matter what you say. Mom finally intervened. Go get cleaned up and go to bed, honey. We will talk later. In the morning I had just put on some clean panties when Mom came in my room and sat on the bed. We told you that you could do this and maybe spend some time this summer as a girl, but it has become much more for you than we expected. You want to become a girl full-time and we have reservations about that. Already you have kissed 2 different boys, both of whom have found you cute enough to kiss. And I'm willing to bet that you did not stop them. Honey, you are a boy no matter what you wear. Maybe you can change that when you are older, but for now we have a dilemma. I know that we said that you could have the summer, but we think it will be better if you stop now. But Mom, just look at me. I am a girl in virtually every way. Yes, dear, you look very cute, but even if we let you have the summer, when school starts in the fall you will have to be a boy again. Is it harder now or would it be harder then? Mom was right on every count, but as my dreams smashed to the floor in broken pieces I fell back and started crying. Mom held my hand for a bit then left me alone to grasp my new reality. It was a very long year as I wanted to be a girl but could not. Mike and Patrick quit calling me while Marcy and I grew further apart. Since I had no choice, I had used the solvent to release the glue holding my breasts on, cleaning them and storing them in my dresser. I felt a bit naked without my boobs, but I hoped that those off-brand over-the-counter South American hormones I had bought online would work. I had no expectation they would, I only hoped, but I had never found anyone that said they work. I had already been taking them for a long time, and about 1.5 years or so after I quit dressing up my breasts started tingle, and soon erupted into a pair of my very own breasts. Small but all mine. I was almost 16 by then. I tried to hide them but Mom saw the swelling under my tee and hauled my ass into my bedroom so she could see for herself. You have boobs. How is this possible? You're a boy. My pills, I think. Pills? What pills? I bought them on the internet. In the last 2 years I only found one person that said they might work, maybe, but I've been taking them since I was 13, and nothing happened until now, and I'm almost 16. That's a long time, Mom. I was hoping they would work, but I wasn't counting on it. Really? It's been well over 2 years, almost 3, and nothing happened. Until now. They just popped out. Please undress for me, honey. I knew, but she did not, that I have no body hair and my hips and buns are also getting a bit wider. When she saw that, she sighed and told me to get dressed. Your father is going to have a cow, honey. He will try and do anything he can think of to reverse this growth, so be prepared for that. I know that you are thrilled, but him probably not so much. But you are almost 16 now, and I don't think he can force you to take drugs to try and counter this, but you can be sure that he'll try. Just be prepared, because I think it will get ugly. Mom was right about that. My dad wanted to force me to take shots of testosterone to counter the estrogen in my system, but I absolutely refused, which made him crazy. He threatened to get a court order forcing me to take the shots, so I told him to go ahead and try, and told him that no doctor would inject me with anything if I absolutely refused, and the only way would be to take me out of the country, tie me down, and do it. He was beyond furious, and although he never struck me, he wanted to. Then he found out that I was right. I was under 18 and he supposedly had control over me, but the law is funny about forcing medical issues on people that resist. I had called what is called the law library, and they told me what to expect. During the month or so this was going on, my boobs grew to a full A cup, and Mom had me wearing a bra again, which only made things worse. Tits. On our son. I want this to stop right this instant. You know, Mom almost shouted, what the doctor said. He said it is already too late for that. He told you that all those shots you want her to take would only make her into a hairy girl. Emily has become more like every other girl her age, and you know it. You simply have to accept the fact that we have a daughter now. A week later, my dad moved out, leaving me with the weight of that plus all the changes going on. Mom told me that it wasn't about me. It was about his loss of control. I lived with his controlling nature because he is a good provider, but it was obvious that when you got older, regardless of you wanting to be a girl, that his views were going to be a problem. He was already fussing about you joining those clubs, like the computer club and debate team, rather than stay home with us, and he went nuts when you participated in the turnabout ball. Go put on a skirt and blouse, we'll go see Nana. My Nana is a very strong woman who tolerated my father rather than liked him, and she told me about the same thing Mom did. She also told me that I was cute, and to alleviate the stress on Mom, she thought that I should live with her. I doubt if your father will get physical, Nana said, that's not his way, but he will try to get control over you through the courts. However, your mother has arranged for me to be your guardian, and my lawyers have told me that children over the age of 12 can say who they want to live with, and in your case, that means me. That also means that your father will have zero say about where you live or what you do. However, I am also very concerned about you trying to be a girl, honey. Nana. I have my own boobs. And hips now. All the hair on my body fell off long ago, and my stuff is really small now. My voice has not changed much, and my face is changing a bit. There is no way that I'll ever be a boy again, no matter who does what. I know that you told us there is a way the doctor can make you look like a girl in her special place, but rather than provoke your father, we'll wait and see what he does first. That did not take long. 3 days later I was summoned to the court, so Nana, Mom, my lawyer and we all went to see the judge. I was wearing a pleated skirt and a nice blouse. We were in her chambers when my dad walked in, all alone. He saw us and smirked. You are the child that wants to be a girl? I am a girl, Your Honor. I have my own boobs and a girl's body. Did you do this on your own? Yeah. I bought some of those fake pills made in South America and started taking them when I was 13. I hoped they would work but didn't really expect it, so I was really surprised when almost 3 years later I started growing boobs. Then all the hair on my body fell off, my hips got wider and my buns got rounder. I see. How old are you? I'm 15, I'll be 16 in a month. Emily, my lawyer interjected, spent the week of the crossover as a girl and also attended the ball on that Saturday. I have some pictures. And you are her father? This is my son, and I want him to come live with me so I can straighten him out about this dressing up thing. He will not be dressing as a girl living with me. Thank you, sir. Emily, who will you be staying with? My Nana wants me to stay with her, and I'll do that. My husband had a fit even when Emily joined some school clubs, like the computer club and the debate team, insisting that she stay at home with us rather than enjoy those clubs with her friends. Is that true, sir? We'll raise our child, not the school. So no clubs or friends? Her family should be enough. You just used the term her. Are you agreeing that she is a girl? Jeffrey needs to be with me to get straightened out about this girl thing. I see, said the judge. Well, it's so clearly obvious that this girl I see here has become a girl, and I do not see any way to change that, especially if her body is changing as well. She may stay with her Nana, and I will issue an order for that as well and a restraining order on her father. You, sir, may not talk to, touch or bother her in any way. There is one more thing, Your Honor. We would like to have her name changed. I have the papers. She smiled and signed the paperwork changing my name, which made Dad storm out of the room, and after we thanked the judge we all went to eat dinner. I was all smiles until Nana told me that her expectations will be higher than mine or Mom's, and as soon as the doctor makes me look like a girl she and I would have a serious talk. She also warned me that a piece of paper wasn't likely to stop my dad from trying to interfere with my life. Right then doubt about my choices began to creep in. All I was doing was making people I love more than anything angry, and as I thought about that I started to cry. Right there in the restaurant. The stress was pushing me hard and I had no idea how to make it go away. We'll see the doctor on the morning about this procedure you told us about. If he says it's safe, then we can have you look more complete. Okay? Sure, Mom. Thanks. The doctor did change my stuff for me, making me look like every other girl my age. No stitches, just glue. I was thrilled that I had finally reached my goal, Mom not so much. She had agreed to let me have the doctor do it, but while she was helping me, she was dismayed that I wanted to be a girl. She has always said that there was no advantage to being a girl. I did not see it that way. I always thought that the girls had it all. At first, having my own kitty was wonderful, then it became just a part of me. I was with Ellen and Marcy at the mall when my dad bum rushed me, driving me to the floor. Marcy was yelling and Ellen was hitting him to no effect. He ripped my blouse off, then tore at my skirt until he saw my panties and ripped them off as well. He saw that I was not a boy and went into a deeper rage and was about to pummel me when someone grabbed his arm. Don't you know that you're not supposed to attack little girls? Dad swung around trying to hit the guy but missed and fell on the floor. I scurried away and ran into a small nearby store with Ellen and Marcy as my dad and the guy faced off. It was a no contest kind of thing, especially after my dad drew a gun. The guy backed up and started swaying back and forth as Dad tried to aim, then a cop working the mall yelled at Dad, who turned and had the gun pointed at the cop, which was a very bad idea. He was shot on the spot and hit the floor hard. The medics came to check on Dad and me, then Ellen called and my mom finally showed up and took the three of us home. I knew your father was angry, but I never once thought he would do something like this. Ripping your clothes off? Did he see your kitty? Everybody did, Marcy said. You girls go help Emily change clothes. We'll talk later. My dad did not die, but he was charged with attempted murder of a police officer, assault on a minor, me, assault with a deadly weapon, and disturbing the peace in violation of a restraining order. Just before school started, I was examined for the annual physical and admitted as co-ed. Not all, but some of the kids knew that I had started off as a boy, but since I passed the physical they were quiet about it. About a week later, Patrick met me in the hallway and asked me out. Of course I said I would be thrilled. He had grown quite large over the summer while I had grown like a girl. The doctor told me that he thought it was because of the way he secured my boys. He said they were not producing enough testosterone to offer any kind of male growth, and with the hormones, I was becoming all girl. He and I went to a movie, then to the burger joint nearby. He held my hand the whole time. I saw Ellen with James and Marcy was with Fred. I'm pretty sure it was a first date for all of us. He kissed me when he took me home, and that was more than enough. Nana was very strict about when I could go out and what I could wear. After my experience with my father, I knew that males can be territorial, and if they were focused on a female, they might possibly use violence against us, but I did not get that vibe from Patrick. I was very close to Marcy, like a sister, and she helped me many times, especially when I did not want Mom or Nana to know something. In school, nobody bothered me, and I became just another girl in a sea of girls. Except for Patrick. As the days went on and the year was coming to a close, Patrick asked me to the prom, and of course I said yes. Nana and Mom both went into hyperdrive as we looked for the perfect dress, which was a shimmery pink organza and chiffon wonder that fit me like a coat of paint. Strapless, it displayed just the cresting of my breasts and was just above my knees. Fluffy, the skirt flared out just right. I loved it. I was in my bedroom getting ready to get dressed when Nana gave me a panty brief that she says will guarantee my safety. It seemed like it was very old and made of a not very stretchy rubber. My mother gave me something like this, and I had to wear one of these when I was dating your grandfather, and it kept me very safe. Safe from what? Your grandfather. Smiling, she handed it to me and watched as I struggled to get it on. When I finally got it on, I realized why she said it would make me safe. It fit me tightly and had no slack in it. It was Nana's version of a chastity panty for me. I looked up to see her smiling at me. You can grope and touch all you like, but Patrick will not get that brief off, and you will not be able to help him. I was your age once and I know what it's like, but you are too young for any of that foolishness. Gee. Thanks a lot, Nana. Patrick looked wonderful in his tux, and as we walked into the hall I saw Marcy and she looked spectacular, and her boyfriend Fred also looked great. We danced, we kissed a little, and in the car, he managed to get his hand on my breast, which made me crazy, but that is as far as we got. I really wanted more, but I was encased in a very snug rubber panty that prevented it. Nana obviously knew what she was doing. By the time I got home and managed to get in bed, my travel from scared boy to confident girl was over. I have it all. Friends, a boyfriend, a family that loves me, and the security of all that love.